João Zeferino and Brian Foster go together again. Remember, they met in the quarterfinals, but because of injury to other fighters in the tournament, Foster got a chance to move on. He took down Luis Palomino, and here they are one more time. The 29 and 31-year-old Zeferino and Foster. There you see the tail of the tape. This one is scheduled now for 3 rounds, our main event, and elbows will be reintroduced into the rules. So it is an open game. Todd Harris, David Branch, Chael Sonnen with you cage side live here on NBCSN as we are set to go. This should be a great bout.
All right, guys, just a reminder, we're back to full unified rules, okay? Minus foot stomps. All right, any questions here? Questions here? Good luck, guys, here we go.
And Michelle Serna will kick things off. This is the main event of the night for World Series of Fighting 25. Chris Tione in charge of the action. Here we go, the main event, Brian Foster and João Zeferino.
All unified rules are back in place. Now we're going to separate the live from the jive. Old Brooklyn saying right there.
So, Chael, how quickly, if you're Zeferino, do you say, you know what, why don't I try go fishing for that heel hook again? And if you're Brian Foster, you're saying anything but that.
Yeah, I think that's right. You know, Zeferino's kind of got to get him on the mat, and he struggled to do that last time. If I can remind you, Foster's the one that took that fight to the mat. So,
Brian Foster, very talented, but again, he gets taken down in a beautiful takedown by Zeferino.
Todd, I'll tell you right now, worse than Foster being taken down is the fact that Foster's not trying to get back up. He's going to what we call the iron boot right here, David Branch. He's locking his foot up. He's trying to turn his toes up and make it hard to expose his heel. If he can come on top, he'll be in great position. All Foster has to do, he does not need to submit this man. He just needs to get off the bottom.
Zhao is a very, very good BJJ practitioner. If I were Brian Foster, I definitely wouldn't fight him in.
And this is probably where Renzo Gracie wants his pupil, João Zeferino, to be right now, because he has got so much slick Brazilian jiu-jitsu. And Brian Foster, I'm sure his corner, Chael, said, keep this thing standing up.
Oh, yeah, and, you know, it looked like he was going to do that. He came with a flying knee. You know, you've got to try some stuff. You can't just circle and run away the whole time. He went for it, but he got caught. Now he's paying for it. He's giving up the back here. Oh, he might be able to shake him off. No.
He's in the quicksand now.
Now he can shake it.
Oh, look at this.
Now, is he going to jump back in him, David, or is he going to get some space?
Absolutely not. He should step back.
Isn't this kind of like following a cobra down the snake hole? Just let him get back up. And he goes.
Brian Foster's already made some very good adjustments from the first fight. He was in that exact same position that he was tapped out in earlier, and he's now out of that position.
And back into almost a leg lock position, potentially.
And he's pushing out of it again. That's progress, guys.
Hold on.
Time! Okay? No, got him right here. Okay? Right over here.
So an inadvertent kick to the face is what...
But against Foster, I thought Foster was the one who was kicked.
Okay. Okay. Oh, shit. Okay. You got to be very careful. Right. All right. You have to be very, very careful. All right.
Oh, we're not taking a point. Guys, there's no point taken away here.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Ready? Here we go. Time in.
No point taken away. That's relevant to know. The position has changed now. I think this might favor Foster.
Oh, no question.
He's definitely happy about this now. This is what he wanted. Let's see if he can implement his game plan. We already know Zhao wants to get a hold of him.
So it's no kicks or knees to the head of a grounded opponent. That's what it was. When they were in that position, both guys fishing for a knee or a heel, and unfortunately Brian Foster came up with a kick and it caught the face of Zeferino.
But you see the problem, Foster was the offender.
Sure.
And now we restarted on our feet,
to where he wants to be.
For Foster.
Yeah. That's something, David, that would happen to Chael. That's something that only happened to Chael.
Chael, that's like the old days with guys grabbing the fence or grabbing the ropes.
Yep. This is our main event of the night. Glad to have you with us here live from Phoenix, Arizona at the conclusion of the 8-man tournament. And now Brian Foster, smart man, listening to David Branch and Chael. When Zeferino goes to the ground, he just lets him get right back up.
Guys, this is a totally different fight already. Already, this is a different fight. Foster has realized, hey, why don't I keep my space here? I don't need to rush things against this guy. I'll pick at him, he'll pick at me. Let's put a little time on the board and see who's got more shots on the other one. It appears to be what Foster's thinking right now.
And look at Foster changing his stance, going from regular to southpaw and then backing it in and trying to confuse Zeferino.
Zeferino is definitely waiting for Foster to come to him. When Foster doesn't come to him, Zeferino's kind of left without a dance partner there. He's just standing there in the corner waiting for something to do.
Yep.
David, you trained with Renzo Gracie. If he was here right in Phoenix tonight, what do you think he'd be telling his pupil, João Zeferino?
I think that he'd be telling him to put more pressure on him. That's what the guys at Renzo Gracie Academy are about. They're putting a lot of pressure on the guys looking to break him, get the fight down to the ground if possible. If not, then start to open up with your strikes. Don't be so afraid. You know, don't be so timid. Don't look to just do one thing. Mix it up.
And right now, it is Foster being the aggressor. He's got this fight exactly where he wants it. As soon as they get together, though, look at this. Zeferino is a master. He is going to attack the lower body, and Foster wants nothing to do with it.
That's Houdini right there.
Wow.
That is a mental adjustment, gentlemen. There has been no time to work on anything physical. No time to learn new techniques, get in the gym, sit down with some coaches. This is a mental adjustment. From about 80 minutes ago to present time made by Brian Foster. This is really amazing to watch.
Brian Foster's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu defense has been stellar here in round number 1 as we go under 20 seconds to go. This one's scheduled for 3.
This is a chess match. Who's going to mess up first?
So the final seconds tick away here in round number 1. We will return to Phoenix for round number 2 at the conclusion of the 8-man tournament here on NBCSN.
Thank you. Here we go.
Special thanks to the good folks at KHK MMA for being our sponsor tonight, and specifically Prince Khalid Khalifa, the founder of KHK MMA. Glad to have you with us here, the World Series of Fighting, and welcome to the family. WSOF 25 as we rejoin the action. This is the main event. You are looking at Brian Foster in the black and green trunks taking on João Zeferino. These men met earlier tonight in quarterfinal number 3, and it was Zeferino getting the win, but because of fighter attrition, Brian Foster got new life, fought his way back, and now this is the final. 2 men meeting one more time. The winner getting Justin Gaethje later this year, in the springtime actually, for the lightweight belt here at the World Series of Fighting. Todd Harris, David Branch, the 2-time champion, and Chael Sonnen, MMA icon from the mean streets of Westland, with you live here on NBCSN for WSOF 25. All right, guys, during that break, we talked about the adjustments, and Chael, you touched on it in round number 1. Brian Foster has done a complete 180 from the performance he came in the quarterfinals. He has figured out, to some extent, the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu attack of Zeferino.
Well, and Zeferino has made no adjustments. Zeferino between rounds 1 and 2, look, he's still waiting for Foster. He's really hoping that Foster makes a mistake, comes to the ground with him, gets in some kind of an entanglement like that. There's no reason for Foster to be hitting spinning attacks here. Now, all Foster needs to be doing on bottom is getting out, getting off. He doesn't need to be looking for submission. Zeferino needs to settle this position a little bit and look to improve. This is very early in the round with over 3.5 minutes left.
David, how much time do you spend in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu defense with Renzo?
We practice every kind of position that you can possibly be inside in the fight, inside a cage. So, you know, what you're seeing right now is just an accumulation of just like skills and things that have been trained and practiced over and over and over again. You notice that every time Foster goes to go for a Kimura, every time Foster goes for a Kimura, Zeferino will try to reverse that position. These are some good leg kicks right here.
Did you guys see what happened there in the middle of that explanation, champ? Foster just waited for his opening, came right out the back door, and now he's totally reversed his position.
And this is how I won my middleweight title. Let's see if he can pull this off.
And now David Branch is just showing off. Not just one, he has 2 titles. Greediest man in the World Series of Fighting. Smart
by Foster. Lands a shot, then just steps out of there.
And look at this, David. He's learned. Brian Foster does not want to go to the ground. He said, why should I? I don't have to. I'll get Chris Townley to stand up. Zeferino, we'll get this to where I want to fight.
Now, Foster needs to pick his attacks from here, guys. He's hit a couple of risky ones. He hit a flying knee, didn't have to do it. He hit a couple of spin attacks. He just paid for one. He doesn't need to do that. The jabs and the crosses are working just fine. Zeferino now needs to come to the party. Enough time.
Oh, he stunned
him right there. He's hurt.
He's hurt.
Foster got shocked at Zeferino, and now to Zeferino. He is closed in. How quickly can Brian Foster recover? He is in a world of hurt.
Needs to close those legs around him or get his feet on his opponent's hips and push him away.
That was an excellent job right there from Zeferino. He kept the legs open.
Foster's reversed the position.
Beautiful switch. Zeferino's up against the cage
This
now.
is unbelievable.
Stay busy, guys.
This is unbelievable.
Stay busy.
What a difference 2 hours has made in Brian Foster's life.
And less than 6 feet away, the champion, Justin Gaethje, looks on. He will fight one of these men come springtime 2016. Wow.
And Foster was hurt right there. Think again. No, he's not.
Guys, it's late in the season, but I'll
Now
tell you
they're
what,
fighting.
this could be another one of those Fight of the Year candidates because the action here in round number 2 has been stellar.
This is all about mental focus and determination from Brian Foster. Every now and then you see an athlete have a moment like this where things just can't go wrong because he's so determined mentally to not let them go wrong. We've seen that door open a few times for Foster in this fight to quit, to wilt, to relinquish, and he simply reverses course and won't do it.
That is so true right there, Chael. What Zeferino needs to do right now is stop trying to put the square block through the circle hole. Start making some adjustments.
Look at Foster carefully trying to pass the legs. The up kicks coming from Zeferino. And look at that. Oh, it's a big one. That is a big one. Foster connects on the right.
Wait, the ref's got to call this.
That is all it. Foster shuts it down in Phoenix.
Unbelievable. That is what dreams are made of, gentlemen. That is why you do not give up. That is why when your phone rings, you take the call. You must be present to win.
The night of redemption is complete for Brian Foster.
Wow.
And now he shares a page with the names of Babalu, of Royce Gracie, of Dan Severn, of Mark Coleman, of Don Fry. He is now officially an 8-man tournament winner. He's gone through 3 men in one night. I guess he fought 3 men in one night. Absolutely amazing.
I was thinking that Stitch Duran was going to have to do some work on the eyebrow of Brian Foster during the break, and then this happened. Passes the leg and caught him square in the chin with the right. Chris Townley's thinking, do I come in here? Is he fighting back? And at this point, guys, he is done. Foster knew he was done, and there, Townley finally sees that Zeferino is just not in the building.
Zeferino has no idea what just happened. He doesn't even know who that was.
He got hit with some hard
That's
shots.
not the guy he saw 90 minutes ago. That's not the guy he shared the cage with 90 minutes ago.
When you look up the word rocked, that is the image that comes to mind. Brian Foster rocked him. He knew that Zeferino was out, actually stood up and kind of backed away. And when Zeferino came towards him again, he had to hit him one more time, and Chris Townley steps in and shuts this thing down and shows Justin Gaethje, you're not the only one that can backflip. I got that in the arsenal as well. We'll be back for the official decision and talk to the man, and I'm sure Justin Gaethje will not be too far away. You're watching the 8-man tournament live on NBCSN.
Ladies and gentlemen, your main event ends at 4 minutes, 51 seconds of round number 2. Your winner by knockout, Brian Foster!